A pleasant good afternoon to all. My name is Biesha Christian, and I will be presenting for and consisting of Linda Ward, Lesroy Benjamin, and myself. Our focus is on mapping and monitoring agricultural lands in the mansion farming settlement using drone technology. So how did we start it? First, we started off with a request. The request basically can come from anyone to conduct drone work. And then we went on to do the scoping worksheet, which is basically a breakdown of details of the site. Then we went on to the flight feasibility and safety assessment, which is an evaluation of the flight area and assessing factors that can negatively impact the safety of the flight. And finally, we did a mission and flight plan, which outlined the details of the drone mission. And this basically includes the objectives of the flight and crew information, etc. So why mansion? Why we choose to do mansion? Mansion is the largest and most productive agricultural community in St. Kitts. It is also home to the Mansion Farmers Co-op and has roughly 15 to 20 farmers, different farmers farming in the area. Lastly, it is critical to the contribution of the national food production efforts in St. Kitts. So what are the applications that support this? We choose precision agricultural mapping and monitoring, which tend to focus on the mapping of crop cultivations under the 25 by 25 project, which is basically aimed to the reduction of food import bill. The next application, land management practices, which assesses the compliance with agricultural protocols such as land lease agreements, regulations, boundary maps, and the list goes on. Lastly, our last application that we choose to look at is the assessment of land availability within the area by identifying uncultivated lands, ensuring optimal land use and continued agricultural productivity by providing farmers who are on a long waiting list lands. Here we have our flight service statistics. Flight parameters, basically we have the drone that we used was the 𝗔𝗽𝗶𝗴, and to complete this mission, we flew at a 120 meters above ground level. We took a total amount of 15 flights to complete the mapping at a duration of 179 minutes. 772 pictures were captured during the process. 4 surveys were conducted. We did a complete map, which you will be seeing shortly, a sweet potato field map, a banana panorama, and a master shot. Lastly, we took the participatory approach, which in our mission outlined 3 entities. The extension officers that helped with the process were Leroy Merritt, Mark Adams, land officer Lesroy Benjamin, and farmers in the area, especially the mansion farming group. What you have here is the data processing of the maps that we would have captured, the information that would have captured out in the field. We mapped 480 acres, and we are looking at the elevation levels, drone imagery, and the 3D model of the area, mansion area. So have a good look. That's what we did. Isn't it cool? What you're looking at also, the red shows that the red is the highest point in mansion, whereas the blue is the lowest. So it is, you can see that there's a slight slope happening there. Mapping and analysis results. Here you have the metadata table, This is what we would have done to make sure that we break down all the information to start our annotation. This information is basically information about the information that you'll be looking at. So the annotation, we have our pretty map here of mansion. What you're seeing is different characteristics of the annotation. We have a total of 223, and doing that, we were able to identify 30 threats in the area. These threats varies. You have squatters, you have erosion, you have pollution, and the list goes on. In addition to that, after mapping, we were able to find that 218 acres of land in the area is uncultivated. A total of 18 acres was under the production of the 25 by 25 initiative. And finally, a total of 89 acres were under production with other crops such as sweet potato and banana, which we would have analyzed and come to a conclusion that the area is famous for, most of the farmers are famous for that. We further did analysis in GIS. This is our GIS map, which we did an overlay. You would have seen soil. It is an overlay of the soil and water distribution in sinkets in the area. So doing that, we were able to see that the mansion area has most of the the soil in the area is called young soil. That's the orange that you're looking at. And the other half is quarter soils that you have most of the livestock is taking place on. So you see that the soil in the area is really good for crop farming. Then you also we're able to find 2 reservoirs in the area, 3 dams, and 39 sluices, which shows that the farmers are taking some sustainable measures in combating the water runoff situation that they are facing. Recommendations: we encourage more farmers to contribute to the 25 by 25 crops in the area, given the results from the analysis showing that the crops in the area, the soil in the area is rich for it, and there's water in the area. In addition to that, we asked that the uncultivated lands be filled with new applicants to boost productivity. Let me explain the uncultivated lands. When we did groundwork, we realized that some of the uncultivated lands, uncultivated due to the fact that the farmers had recently reaped their produce, some of them, not all of them. Next point, regularize squatters. Squatters who are productive, we want to be able to regularize them and get them into the agricultural farming registration so that we could ensure that it's done properly and by our books. Repair eroded roads. That was one of the most common issue in the mansion area. We have a number of threats happening, and that one was famous. You have a lot of eroded roads and overgrown areas, and to repair those we give the farmers greater access to their farms. And lastly, build additional sluices and dams to harvest water runoff. The area is sloped, and it will provide an opportunity for sluices to be built and harvested easily. So that's group 4. Thank you all for listening.